Larger, come get it fire. Larger, just like a star. Larger, here we're all these more larger. Just make you fall. Larger, get the legs off the larger. Come have some fun. Larger, seize the one. Larger, you know where to come. Happy Friday, Curvies. Happy Friday. Thanks for coming through. It's Friday. And you guys, guess what? Guess what? It's Friday. Oh my gosh. January 6th. June 6th. And that it's a 6/6 portal. That's what they're saying. It's a 6/6 portal. It's supposed to be a great day. I hope you're ready for a great day. Let's see what's going on here. Let's mute that. Can you guys hear me okay? So the point is to keep posting. Okay, you guys. So here we are on larger curves. Can you guys hear me okay? That's what I was checking. That's great. We can hear me. Where are my curvies at? That's why I don't drop the link, you guys. You guys don't be showing up. Where y'all at? Where y'all at, curvies? Curvies. And I even put it up. I advertised this and everything. So, okay. So basically, we're just coming live this morning. Happy Friday. Pivot, pivot, pivot. Okay. So we're just, I was just coming up here to talk about how Brit said it wasn't her in the picture, after all, in the revenge porn picture that Ken Moore put up. Brit is confirming that it was not her. She did not show up at the reunion yesterday. And yeah, so there's a lot of stuff going on. Go ahead and smash that like button, smash the subscribe button. If you haven't already, ring the bell so we can get notified when I upload a video and go live like right now. So Brit has left the building. Now, I was a Brit sympathizer all season. From the moment I saw her, I did say she had an aesthetic that kind of looked like Nicki Minaj. I did say that, but that didn't mean I didn't like her. I did like her. I appreciated a noob on this reality show. I thought they were trying to integrate new with old in a good way, except for they called back the wrong olds. Now, the noobs, I thought they had it. I appreciated Kelly. I appreciated Brit. Now, Angela, I feel like we missed a mark because people are calling a lot. The word liar is getting thrown around a lot this season. And I don't know. I feel like something's up with Angela that we don't really know about. I don't know. Anyway, but Brit, poor Brit. She was, if you may or may not know, Brit Eady was a new addition to Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 16. And Ken Moore, who is a vet, not an OG, from Real Housewives of Atlanta, decided that to put the noob in her place, she was going to do a soliloquy and about her being an insurance fraud hoe. And in addition to plaster up images of Brit with peens in her mouth or on her forehead or something. And Brit wasn't at the party, you guys. If you go back to that episode, Brit was not at the party. And because she dropped the flowers off to apologize to Ken and then left. And then Kelly came outside and was like, oh, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. So I don't even think that Kelly saw the actual image either. And then the way production scurried out of there that we saw on Michelle A.T. Alien's live broadcast from that day, that fateful day at Kenya Moore's hair spa closing, that production was scurried out of there. Everybody scurried. I mean, it may as well have been, it should have been a sign about the coming season, because you know who jumped ship? Rats. Rats jump a ship when it's sinking. And the way the people scurried out of Kenya Moore's grand reclosing was like rats leaving a sinking ship. And then enter Phaedra Parks, who called it the Titanic and said that it couldn't be saved. And so this was indicative of a Titanic season from the jump. It was like the Sweet 16 curse. It wasn't a Sweet 16, it was a Sweet 16 curse. Okay. Um, and the Brit Eady of it all, I was very sympathetic. I felt so bad for Brit that she had to go through all that and that she was not able to, really have her self vindicated. But now, come to find out that it wasn't her, you guys. It was not her in the pictures. Now, that doesn't mean to me that Kenya is vindicated, because Kenya got handled by the production and by the network according to her actions, which were revenge porn and actionable, because we did do a deep dive into what revenge porn is in Georgia specifically. And they've enhanced their revenge porn laws so much that if you take a crayon, hey Shelves, thanks for coming through. If you take a crayon and draw a crayon of a peen on somebody's face, then that is considered revenge porn in freaking Georgia. I mean, they really enhanced it. They do not want any revenge porn type things. Hey, Q27 and she's suing Bravo for 20 million. Is that what the story is? Where'd you see that story? I'm looking it up. Brit Eady suing. An hour ago, The Independent did drop an article. I don't know if this is a real newspaper or not. Real Housewives of Atlanta star Brit Eady sues Bravo for 20 million over explicit photo controversy. Exclusive lawsuit stems from season 16 episode featured an altercation between Eady and former co-star Kenya Moore. This article came out Friday the 6th, which is today at 11:21. Thanks for the heads up, Q27. I need to enhance my freaking thumbnail and put 20 million on here. We're going to go ahead and read this article. Okay, Real Housewives of Atlanta star Brit Eady has sued Bravo for 20 million, accusing the network of defamation, intentional infliction of emotional distress, sexual harassment, and fostering a hostile work environment. Eady, 37, who joined the reality series in its 16th season, filed the lawsuit on Thursday in New York State Supreme Court. Bravo's parent company, NBC, and production companies True, Original, Edmol, Shine, North America are also named defendants. The filings seen by the Independent reality star's allegations stem from the incident that occurred during the June 6, 2024 taping. June 6. That was 6 months after June 6, January 6th. A fateful day for real, huh? The June 6, 24 taping of the show, subsequent airing of the moment in a April 2025 episode. In the season's 5th episode titled About Last Night, the former Real Housewives star Kenya Moore celebrated the grand opening of her hair spa with longtime co-star Portia Williams, Cynthia Bailey, Drew Sidora, and new castmates Eady, Shamia Morton, Kelly Farrell, and Angela Oakley in attendance. Upon arrival, Eady, who had sparred with Moore earlier in the season, attempted to make peace by gifting her a bouquet of flowers. Moore, however, rejected her apology, leaving Eady to bow out of the event early. In Eady's absence, Moore proceeded to slam her and accuse her of looking for a moment, saying, "I'm going to pay you dust." Moore then brought out poster boards with the words, "Who is the hoe?" across the top. Below were explicit images, supposedly of Eady, which were blurred out, that she said she obtained with the help of an investigator. Reacting in horror and shock, the other women told Moore she had gone too far before walking out. The episode ended with the title card that read, "Based on Kenya Moore's behavior, the decision was made to cease filming with her this season." Appearing in that episode on Tamara Hall show November last year, Moore insisted she was not fired. However, according to People, Moore will not appear in the reunion because she wasn't invited. On Thursday, Eady shockingly denied that the photos were of her. "I do want to set the record straight about one thing. The graphic sexual photo surrounding the events in episode 5, she wrote on her Instagram story, that photo was not me," she explained, as the episode makes clear. "I did not see the photo at the time. Rather, I was made aware of the photo being presented at the event, and based on what I was told, assumed that the photo was of me, which is why I reacted the way I did. It I did not know who was in the photo. But upon seeing it for the first time recently, I now know it wasn't me." Eady's lawsuit describes Kenya Moore's actions as defamatory, harassing, and damaging. Moore's representative did not immediately respond to the independents for comment. Moore, it also displayed posters containing written false defamatory statements regarding the plaintiff and her occupation. The documents read, as well as explicit photograph depicting a woman engaged in graphic sexual conduct. The cast member falsely claimed the photo depicted the plaintiff. The documents additionally accuse the defendants of willfully, intentionally, recklessly, and with gross negligence producing, editing, and airing the episode, which falsely yet unmistakably implied that the graphic sexual photograph represented by the cast member depicted the plaintiff, Brit Eady. On information and belief, defendants knew that the photograph did not depict the plaintiff, at least were reckless and grossly negligent for failing to learn that the photograph did not depict Brit Eady. That's what the claim says in the filing. It claims that despite Eady's repeated request to be shown the photograph before the episode aired, defendants, that would be production, refused to do so. That would be production, refused to do so. Defendants. Okay? They contacted them, Bravo, NBC, True, Original, and Edible Shine for comment. Eady is seeking immediate removal of the episode from public access on all platforms, networks, media outlets in the defendant's control, as well as a public statement from the defendants that Moore's comments about Eady and the explicit photograph were false. She is also seeking a monetary award to be determined at trial, punitive damages, and legal fees. Should defendants fail to appear herein, judgment will be entered by default in the sum of no less than $20 million with interest in the cost of fees in this action in the filing states. You guys. So Brit left and sued. Oh my God. Brit left and sued. That's how you do it, Brit. Hey, that's how you do it, Brit. Fuck them. Fuck them. They did not give a damn about your emotional well-being. They tried to eat fat off of your mental detriment. They totally, they totally were trying to use you and abuse you and leave you out to dry. They let these heifers talk about stretch marks on your fucking mouth. They treated you like a whore the entire season when you're literally standing next to whores like Portia Williams. That's whore behavior. Stealing husbands is whorish. I'm sorry. That's very who-res. Okay? But they painted you out to be a cheap fucking whore the whole season. This has actually been going on for 2 years, Brit. 2023 is when it happened, and now we're in 2025. So for 2 years, you've had this energy, this negative, nasty, whore freaking monger energy put on you, and it was false. And Bravo refused to let you even see the picture, and they even have the YouTube streets acting like you stupid. I heard things all night and all day ever since this news broke yesterday about how, oh, Brit's stupid. Why didn't she ever see the picture? Oh, no, 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 no. And now we find out that yet again, I told you guys, Bravo is a motherfucking problem, you guys. The harmful stereotypes that they produce about Black women specifically. I'm gonna pull up Nene Leakes here that Kenya Moore tried to pull. Kenya Moore was like, had this happened on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, do you think that this would have been allowed to fly? No, bitch. There's no way that Bravo, True, or the Edamol, or anybody else would have ever let the public think that that was Kyle's forehead with a penis on it, with all those veins, and that she was slurping a big, gigantic peen. That they would have never. They would have immediately showed Kyle that who the image was, so that Kyle could prepare herself properly. But no, they let this woman go to 20. She just saw this shit in 2025, you guys. That wasn't even her. That's fucked up. As a woman, I am most irritated right now. I am disgusted that the powers that be, the fucking the maniacs behind the machine would have allowed this beautiful melanated goddess to have to absorb the negative energy of Ken Moore's and production's decision to allow the public to think that she had penises on her forehead to get sucked, and then allow, oh, I would name Angela Oakley and her freaking nose in the lawsuit too, Brit. I would name Angela Oakley specifically because she thought she was eating up and gobbling you up with the misinformation and the disinformation about you gobbling peens and that you might have stretch marks around your mouth. I would sue her personally too because that was slander, bitch. That was slander. Look, I'm on one this Friday. I do not appreciate this. How did she ask for the picture and they never gave her the picture? That'll be $20 million, please. $20 million fucking dollars. That's why she wasn't at the reunion, because you can't sue and be at the reunion. Haven't we learned yet? You can't be in two places at one time. So now I'm even more on Brit's side. Kudos, Brit. Kudos. And even if you did talk about Shiloh, that has zero to do with what you endured for the last 2 years. And as a matter of fact, I would chalk up anything you did say about a disabled child to that you weren't in the perfect mental space because of the fucking. I would be, ooh wee. I wouldn't have shown up either. You would not get the pleasure. You do not get the pleasure of continuing to use me. You do not get the pleasure of continuing to abuse me. No, 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 bitch. And especially now, we're not going to have Portia sit up here and act like she knows more than me. We're not going to have Shamia sit up here and act like she knows more than me. We're not going to have Kelly's bullhorn ass sit up here and act like she knows more than me. When all of this shit was lies and confusion authored by Ken Moore and Bravo. That is so fucked up. This truly was the Real Housewives of the Titanic this season. Truly, not entertainment. Truly. That is bad. You guys. Wow, Q27. Thanks for letting me know. Wow, that was filed 6/5/2025. That'll be 20 million, please, Chuck. 20 million. That's what I'm talking about. You guys was talking about my barely naked, my bare naked clothes. 20 million. That'll be enough for me to make it up. You guys talked about I'm an insurance fraud hoe and kept letting that narrative roll. I had to get investigated by the Georgia Insurance Commissioner's Office. That'll be 20 million, please, Chuck. 20 million. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. That is crazy. You guys. So now I'm feeling a little better. I was coming up here to be like, oh, poor Brit. I rode with you this season. People called me foolish and whatever. But hey, she was playing the long game, you guys. She showed up every day to work, let those bitches treat her otherly, and then filed a lawsuit on that ass. I'm with the shits. I am with the shits, you guys. I am with it. Let's get this really red. Yes. Can you believe it? Wow. So, and I bet Michael too. Look, and you guys come in here talking about her husband, Michael. She don't have to come answer you guys about Michael. She don't have to come answer you guys about nothing. Just run her money. Run her money. Run it. A $20 million lawsuit, you guys. That's what's up. That'll be $1 million from you. Ooh, and I hope she named Ken personally. If she named Ken personally, it's over. Because Ken already spent Brooklyn's college tuition for a grand reclosing. And now she's going to have to come up with some punitive damages because she personally put this shit up and used an investigator. And anybody, hopefully, they're going to pull a own. when OWN just got named in a lawsuit, OWN politely sent their lawyers and removed their self from the lawsuit by saying, oh, this person doesn't represent us. If you're naming us in this person is like basically a contract employee. And so, yeah, they're not under our direct employee as a contract employee, and therefore are not able to speak on our behalf or hold none of our interests. And so they had to freaking let that go. They had to let that go. And the defendants ended up only being the other named parties who actually were also contractors on the show. So I would say that this could possibly happen over here too. I mean, Bravo is a fucking big ass machine. They have their shit together. They have all of their little stuff together so that they are protected. Yup. So she didn't show up at the reunion on the 5th, but went to New York. It had business in New York, which was filing this paperwork on the people. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yes. I love it. And then Ken yesterday posted something about how she thought she was vindicated. Yeah, Ken thought she was vindicated. Yeah. She was like, she was like, she did another I'm sorry, not sorry. She did another I'm sorry to the people I need to be sorry to. She did a I'm sorry to the people I need to be sorry to type of post. So that is crazy talk, you guys. Amazing. Okay, now I wonder will it let me do this? Just a second, you guys. Oh shit, come back. Are you guys still here? You guys are still here, right? What's going on? I'm spinning. Do this. Just a second, you guys. So I was trying to show you. Can I make another one? Darren Hood, thank you. I guess this will be the last time we'll ever see Brit. Well, Darren, did you see that she's suing them for $20 million, dude? She is suing them for $20 million. We just read the article. And thanks for coming through. Gifty, thanks for coming through. Yes. So no, I think we will see Brit again, especially after she gets her $20 million. I'm wondering, did they change something at Bravo because she's suing for $20 million? I wonder, are they going to try to force her to arbitration? Um, because they usually have a forced arbitration clause in these types of contracts, but maybe because this was like a literal crime of revenge porn, even if it wasn't her, the mere fact that they said it was her made it her. It's just like all the fake news, right? You repeat the lie enough, it becomes the truth. So for 2 years, pretty much, 2024 and 2025, they've been saying this was Brit Eady sucking a big old peen so much that Angela Oakley says she has stretch marks and all of this stuff. So 2 years of abuse. I don't know that that could be a forced arbitration event, you know? And the way the women weren't filming with her. They ostracized her. They treated her as if she was the whore that Kenya Moore said she was. They repeated the nastiness that Kenya Moore said to her as if it was real in real time. No, I don't know. Well, Darren, on that, hey, we can blame this on Feifei. We can blame this on Fraudra. We can blame this on Fraudra Parks Esquire because she didn't have to show up at the Married to Medicine reunion. Let's talk about it. So, hey, if we're doing no shows and you're a vet and you get to not show up at a reunion and then you get to come onto a Titanic and act like you're the lifesaver, it sounds like we're playing by different rules now at Bravo. So her not coming to the reunion because she was busy suing their ass sounds like a good reason to be excused from the reunion. Especially when the reunion is going to have the person that didn't show up at their last reunion. Fraudra Parks was a no-show to her contracted obligations on Married to Medicine, and they allowed her to not show up there and then slide over in 613 hair weaves over to the freaking Real Housewives of the Titanic and allow her to come on this reunion. So if we're not facing music, I don't know. I'd like to face the music. I want to hear what Brit has to say after all of this. I would much rather a reunion after Brit is made whole. You see, because what we got this season, she just be answering to nonsense and to more of Kenya's lies. You can't herd cats, and trying to wrangle lies and misinformation is the equivalent to trying to herd cats. It's virtually impossible, a waste of your time, and very frustrating. You know, the devil is the author of lies and confusion for a reason because he got time. People who don't have time for that, you got things in life to do. So you're not going to be sitting around trying to retell truths where and you can't change a person's mind either, right? We really can't change a person's mind. For 2 years, people have been thinking this is an insurance fraud hoe who's a camera girl who did explicit pornography for 2 years. They've been looking up her insurance license, acting like she didn't really help the people that she helped for 2 years. So I don't know. I kind of feel like, did we deserve to have her at a reunion if for 2 years Bravo specifically allowed this false narrative to go on about her? This could have all been squashed if they would have shown her the images on June 6th in 2024 when Kim Morta showed the images at her closing. If I would have been production, had there been any adults in the room with legal on a hotline, they should have immediately called Brit to the office and been like, look, this is what Kim showed. Is this you? Is this not you? And then moved accordingly from there. But it sounds like production was the problem. And my dear friend told me when all of this was going on that she didn't blame Ken, she blamed production. And I was like, but Ken did the action. Ken bought the poster board. Ken opened the doors to her salon. Ken put the poster boards behind the chair. Ken got everybody's attention and threw the flowers away. That was all Ken. Now, she did it, but I don't think you can blame production for what Ken did. But now I see how we can blame production. If you didn't show the images to Brit until right now, then no wonder Brit is upset. So can I do anything here real quick? Let me go here. Uh-oh. Am I here back? I think I'm here back. Can you hear me now? Okay. I was gone and now I'm back. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? There, yeah, I can hear me. So I'm gonna paste the. So if anybody wants to join the live, I did drop the link so that we can get this. I can't believe it. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. That is crazy. So I dropped the link. If anybody wants to come up and tell what they think about the Brit of it all. All my stuff is kind of sticky. I think it's a solar flare. The solar flares. Okay. Come on. Nobody wants to come up and play? I already touched this. Okay. Oh my gosh. So that's kind of it. Kenya's not vindicated. Darren, you get what I'm saying about the reunion, yeah? I don't know. I mean, what was she gonna really talk about? People are now kind of like, oh, well, maybe she's not showing up because of talking about Brit's daughter. I mean, talking about Shamia's daughter. And I don't really think that that's going to matter in the scheme of things. But Kelly turns on her. Everybody has been just treating her otherly, like she's a stepchild. And it's all been for Ken. And I love that she's suing for $20 million. I wish more. And I hope she gets every penny. I hope she gets all the pennies. I really do. Anyway, Curvy Crew, I was just coming on here to tell you my thoughts and to read you the Brit things and to talk about the seating chart and to drop the link if anybody did want to talk about it, but nobody wanted to talk about it. And then my wonderful Curvy Q27 and shared so that I could share that we had a $20 million lawsuit filed. We read the lawsuit that was filed. And it's amazing. I hope she gets all 20. She named Bravo and all the entertainment and networks and everything. And yeah, so that's why she wasn't at the reunion. We just figured it out here on LRGA Curves. She wasn't at the reunion because she was filing a lawsuit. Bam. We figured it out, Curvies. Happy Friday. I'm going to come back later, so make sure you have your bells rung, and we will talk about it then. See you in the next video.